Everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final races of the Mercedes-AMG Virtual Championship, where we are driving as a guest because we don't have the talent to get there legitimately in Division 2 of ACC. For those of you that have been paying attention, this awesome Mercedes event has been taking place on iRacing, Gran Turismo and ACC, which is awesome that everybody's involved. All the sim racers, you can't escape it. If you want to know more, you want to be kept up to date with potentially future events, who knows, then click the link in the description. Join the AMG Mercedes lounge. It's a lounge with, they have sofas. They have fireplaces. They have GT3 cars. The lounge is actually all in a GT3 car. It's got a little bar in there. There's a waiter in the GT3 car. He serves you Mercedes drinks. Just petrol. He serves you petrol in the Mercedes GT3 car lounge. So go and join that if you want to. This, of course, is a sponsored stream. Thank you to Mercedes-AMG for sponsoring this and our participation as a chicane, a moving chicane. It's been beautiful. I've been proudly chicaning everybody. Ritual Horse. How are you doing, ONF? Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Hear ye, hear ye. We've just took the pedals off the rig here. Bollard power. We took the we took the Thrustmaster rudder pedals off the rig, and we're now back in sim mode. We've been doing a lot of flug sim. It's been awesome doing flight sim. Balloon race yesterday was pretty good. Hello, MK. Well, I think it's nice to wave off ACC, you know, before it disappears into the horizon like a boat off to the Bermuda Triangle. It's nice. It's nice to wave goodbye to the ACC, for it to be replaced by a beautiful younger model, a blemish-free beauty. Hello, Thomas. 6. Harvard 1, no, 2, taken, 3, taken, 4, taken, 5, taken, 6. Ah, there we go. 6 attempts to get a username. Bob Windy, good evening. That's exactly what happened. I like that you didn't stop after 4. If it was me, after like 1, I wouldn't even do 1. I'd be like, I can't just keep putting a number by it. I would have actually gone for a different username. I wouldn't have just gone through it. Just think there's another Thomas called Thomas 7, and in a few hundred years' time there'll be like a Thomas 500. Please hold short, ready for takeoff. Hello, CQR Smokey. Oh, I've been well enjoying Flight Sim. The game might be broken, it might be terrible, but we've had some well funny moments with Flight Sim. I mean, that balloon race yesterday was ridiculous. just Thomas disappearing off above us, and there'd be like a pixel. Yeah. And we didn't even get into the sea, basically. Yeah. Oh dear, it's like the goat simulator of flying that, which is, you know, yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? But that's games. You're looking for pot. We will do a balloon. Maybe we can convince Mercedes to do a Mercedes virtual balloon race. Come on, Mercedes, you're watching. Microsoft Flight Sim balloon race. Make it happen. Mercedes must make balloons. They must. I mean, they've got the motor, so they must do something. And you could have a. I'm pretty sure they do. There might be a Mercedes glider. They do something. Let's have a look. They do buses, obviously. Let's have a look. Let's see if they've got anything here. Oh, they have that concept jet plane. Oh, we've got helicopters. We've got Mercedes did a Airbus Mercedes-Benz collaboration. That looks pretty cool, actually. They do a bunch of vehicles for airports. Oh, they don't do gliders. What? Come on, Mercedes. The Mercedes D111, or F1466 as it was known, was a 6-cylinder valve-train liquid-cooled inline aircraft engine. Nice. Yeah, they need to get into gliders. But balloon racing, no. That's where it's at, guys. That's the future. That's the future sport. Per second. per millisecond. I actually, when I do sponsored content, I like to be paid per nanosecond. I use ChatGPT to calculate it. Do they sailboat race it? Oh, they do have a boat team, don't they? They have a hydrofoil team. Let's have a look. Let's see, Mercedes boat. Oh, they've got a jet. Baltic Yachts build Mercedes-Benz styled yachts. I don't think that's official. Mercedes-Benz is developing a diverse lineup that includes cars, vans, trucks, buses, and now boats. That was in 2020, so I don't know if that actually happened. Mercedes-Benz decided to make a boat to emphasise and to strengthen the message we want to bring across with our cars. I don't know what message that is. That they can float. This is practice, by the way, guys. This is a practice server at the moment. Don't worry, we're not actually racing yet. This is all practice. Here we go. It's important not to stay static, but to go in completely new directions. I would say if Mercedes wanted to go in new directions, they should invest in like the Large Hadron Collider. They probably do, and then they'll be going in new dimensions. Because up, down, left, right, forwards, and backwards, those are boring. Those are boring directions. People have been going in those directions for millennia, but the sixth dimension, that's even more. How many directions are there in the sixth dimension? Right, can someone Google this? Someone waste some electricity. So in our dimension, we have space, time, and what's the other one? Okay. Directions. This isn't the race, Skywell. This is practice. What do we have in now in 3 dimensions? I bought a sandalwood air freshener, guys, from Lidl's. Smells well good. Highly recommend getting sandalwood air fresheners, by the way, for your sim rig. Don't you like it? I really like it. Why don't you like sandalwood? What's wrong with it? I love sandalwood. I like bergamot as well. I don't know what sandalwood actually is though. Is it like wood from sandals? In context of 4 dimensions, the 8th dimension is typically considered to be time. Oh, but what about milk toast? What? Well, I like sandalwood. I like the smell of it. No, it smells of wood. What? Right, chat. Chat. No, vanilla would be the generic thing, which I do like vanilla as well. Hang on. I like bergamot, which is dried orange. I like real lavender, like fresh lavender. That's nice. No, it doesn't smell like firewood. That's a difference. Sandalwood smells like freshly cut tree. Smells of pine deforestation. Oh, pine's nice as well, actually. Steve. It smells like IKEA wood section. Oh, amazing. It makes me so angry. This smell enrages me. I hate this smell. What's worse, the smell of sandalwood or cinemas? There's been a total fruity nice smells. No, bergamot's quite a fruity smell. That's nice. You can get bergamot. You can get fruity smells as well if you want to. I like sandalwood. It's actually very hard to find. I tell you what's probably going on. I'm telling you what's happening. There's a lot of very bad sandalwood smells. There's a lot of poor sandalwood. You need high quality sandalwood. That's probably affected your perception of sandalwood. Some sandalwood is like the iRacing tyre model of essential oils, and others is like the Assetto Corsa tyres. So the dead bark. Well, aren't all essential oils are dead? So you know it's going to be dead something. What about pine? Pine smells so good. Yeah, which is better, cinema or sandalwood? Which irrational thing? I like sandalwood. It's very hard to find good sandalwood. Yeah, I'd say like bergamot as well. If I had a race car, I would scent it with sandalwood and bergamot. Although bergamot would overpower the sandalwood. Race cars all smell of petrol. They like get stuck in your nostril. That's probably the one best thing about open top race cars. They don't smell as much of petrol. Enclosed cars have a very I think they capture the smell more. It's British sandalwood. I would say it's more an American thing than British. Like the British smell would be like a stew or like a little coal fire. That would be British. Coal smells nice. They should do coal air fresheners. Hello, Aramu. Yeah, they should do like fresh, not like charcoal or what's that? You know, like that. Yeah, like charcoal, but you know when it's made properly. You know the old school way of making charcoal. Everyone knows the old school way of making charcoal. You get loads of wood and you make it into like a pyre, and then you have to cover it in soil and leaves and plants and stuff, and then you have to heat it at a low temperature. That's how you make. Is it called charcoal? I think it is charcoal. It's amazing. That stuff smells amazing. British smell would be marsh. British smell would be like damp fog mixed with coal fire. That's British. A sandalwood candle traditionally sits under a live, life, love picture. Remember to give thanks. What are the other pictures? The other words that you get in those things. Embrace the day. Home is where the heart is. Why do people get them? Why do people buy that? Right, it's like they forgot. What? I do not understand those picture things with the words blessed. I don't understand them because, like, right, is it because the person forgets? Which would suggest that it's doing they're the opposite of what they're espousing. Like, if home is where the heart is, why do you need to write that on the wall? If you've internalized, if you're like, oh, I like this place, this is comfortable, you don't have to write it on the wall. It's like, do you know what I mean? You don't have to write, oh, chocolate tastes nice. It's very strange. Think how many of those are made, those little wooden signs. Maybe you're overthinking it though. Maybe a lot of people can just ignore that kind of stuff, and so it's just background noise, like Muzak. Like, you know, like the music they play in hotel lobbies. Maybe some people I think can just ignore it, and then other people, it's all I can hear when I'm in a hotel. And I'm like, that is hotel music, but that's what it sounds like in my brain. That's what all hotel music is. Oh, chalking. Hang on. Seth the lorry, chalking fish are where it's at. Now that's a whole nother thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but chalking fish are bloody amazing. Don't be the coolest people have talk. I wish I had a talking fish. I think the fact that I don't has made my life worse. Why can't you get good talking fish? Like, why doesn't Amazon do them? Like talking, like instead of an Echo Dot, it could be a talking fish dot. Talking fish are amazing. It's like the signs from it. Oh yeah, they can't see it. To them, it's just like a block of wood. We've got the They Live glasses on and we can see the words. How good is that film? Oh my god, that is such a good film. And I don't know about you guys, but like, it's one of those films where you what, because it came out in the 90s, I think, early 90s maybe. But it was one of those films that when I was a teenager would just randomly play on TV. This is going back, guys. We had these things called TVs where you didn't choose what you wanted to watch. So there was 5 channels, and so you'd watch what you were given. For those of you that are younger watching this, But basically what happened was, put telly on, and that was on. So I wasn't expecting it, knew nothing about it, and then it was just like this amazing film. And I think loads of people watched it like that, where they just weren't expecting it. They're like, oh, there's a film on. It's just like, what is this? It's amazing. Well, good. That's gone. That movie watching experience has gone now. The one of put telly on and the film's on, and then it turns out to be a really great film. First of all, they don't make great films anymore, and secondly, you don't put telly on anymore. Well, maybe elderly people do, but back in the mists of time. Yes, it was a difficult era. 5 channels we had before digital TV was invented. Apart from the rich people that had satellite. You always had the spoiled kid on the street that had the satellite, Sky. And then you'd watch Sky and you'd be like, dear God, how can it have so many adverts? Elliot Drip. Yeah, you'd have the TV next to the coal fire. Hello, Buster GB. Welcome. I think the practice servers go up in a bit. We're just we're on a practice server, on a pre-practice server. LED watch. Yeah. You'd have to go outside to play video games. Cartoons at morning and afternoon. So Saturday morning cartoons. Ah, what a time. What a time to be alive. Remember those skateboards that were like really big? The big kid skateboards. Like they weren't like proper, they weren't like Tony Hawk skateboards, they were like fat. What was that about? Why did the kids get given ultra wide skateboards? No, they weren't longboards though. They were just really bad skateboards that everyone had in the 90s as kids. They had the brake on the back of them. Do you remember the big plastic brake that would melt? What were they about? I've not seen one of them for years. The kid's skateboard. With the big bowl plastic lump at the back. I wonder if you can still get them. Yeah, and it'd be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle branded. Buster, this is a sponsored stream for the Mercedes Virtual Championship. We're just practicing a bit, and then the race is at 7. Well, their server goes up then, and yeah, we're removing chicane. So we're repping the Mercedes, the lounge. The lounge, and there's a link to the lounge in the description if you want to check it out. And there they like have promotions and things, and you can get it all things Mercedes. Like when they finally released the Mercedes helicopter, which we just found out about, and the boat. Is Toys R Us still a thing? I thought they closed down. Oh yeah, we had the little side guard bits. What were they for? What were the side bits for? Yeah, what was that? What? Why? guys. Oh, look. Someone's having a hot air balloon race. That's a fake grounded one. Not a real hot air balloon. Right, I think we're getting there. Dialing ourselves into ACC land. For sliding on rails. Whoa. This car drives like a Cessna. Everything's an aeroplane in my mind. We've done a week of flight sim, guys. I have to say, force feedback in flight sim is so good. Even though it's not actually that advanced, even though it's pretty basic, but it's so fun. Absolutely love playing it with the rudder pedals and helicopters. Should check out our videos on the force feedback joystick we're using. Have you ever gone down a vert ramp, Goon Bob? I always wanted to. I think I still might try before I get too old. I've gone on a small half pipe, but I've never been. I've sat on top of a large vert ramp at Derby Storm. We used to play hockey at Derby Storm, and there's big like full half pipe vert ramps and a whole bunch of stuff. But I sat on top, but I never dared to go down it. I didn't have aggressive skates though either. And I'd never do it on a skateboard. I do it on rollerblades. I think it's the kind of thing you need to do when you're like 7, and then you're like, oh, this is all right. But when you're bigger, there's more weight to hit the floor. How did you break your leg? I only ever broke my wrist skating. And then I broke my wrist, fell over, showing off. And then I thought it was broken. But I was like, oh, I'll keep going. Then I went home and I went to my parents. I was like, oh, I broke my wrist. And they were like, no, you haven't. You'd be in more pain. And I was like, no, it really does hurt. And they wouldn't believe me. So they were like, oh, just go back outside. It'll be fine. So I went back outside because I believe my parents. Because I thought, oh, you know, they're adults. They obviously care. And I fell over on it again. And then that evening I was like, oh, yeah, I can't move my wrist. And they're like, oh. And so, yeah, and then I went to the hospital and they x-rayed it. And they're like, yeah, your wrist is broken. I was like, oh, really? Oh, you think? I thought this ridiculous amount of pain coming from my wrist was purely coincidental and unrelated to falling on my wrist. And I don't bring that up with my parents constantly as a evidence of neglect. Oh dear. When you were a kid, you packed your Christmas toys from catalogues, yeah. So the problem was with my parents is that my mum is mental, so, and she would just go out as a kid and do weird stuff. Like, I'm surprised she didn't end up like falling off a cliff or something. So she was from like that sort of thing of just the parents just go, oh, goodbye. So I think I would be I'd be more of a helicopter parent. Index. When I was a kid, we picked our Christmas toys. Oh, I've just read that twice now. I'm going mental. I thought I saw that. I thought it scanned up, and then it didn't. The chat room. Right, let's get on the official servers here. Oh yeah, that'd be well good. You get a drone with a Get a drone with a really good battery and a GPS. Put a Chipolo on your child. Oh, what's the password? Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, put a Chipolo on your child and have the drone track them perfect. What's he getting here? Ah, here we go. Hit the like. Yeah, thanks, guys. Tony, your mum had an Empire Stores catalogue. Lives were bought from that. What? I don't know if we had. I don't know if we had that. I mean, the internet's basically exactly the same as catalogue buying. Here we go. We're getting on the Mercedes-AMG Motorsport Virtual Championship Division 2 Race 1 Spa server. And the password didn't work. Oh, dear. Oh, no. I think I copy and pasted it incorrectly. There we go. Magic. Beautiful. We've got... Look at this. We've got Manuel Lopez in here. Sterilli. Bandit 16. Cobalt. Who will come out on top? Hello, Chris Becky. How's it going? Charlie Becky, sorry. I don't know how that turned out to be Chris in my brain. How do I get Chris out of Charlie? And there's not even those letters in there. How is that even possible? I mean, there's a C which could make a mistake with a K if you're dumb like me. There's an R. There's an I. There's no S though. Yeah, I can't even explain that one. That was dyslexia level 15 now. We're on hype 1. Yeah. I mean, it is pretty hype, Catboy. Doing sponsored streams. Yeah, I do really appreciate it. Cheers, guys. Jarslau Bachman. Thank you. Let me wave a fish at you. It's such a small fish. Thank you for subscribing. Oh, he's leaking as well. I think it's supposed to be a mackerel. It's quite a small mackerel. Don't think I'd bother. I don't think I'd put this one back in the sea if I caught it. I do think fish are crazy, aren't they, really? Like, as far as animals go, I think they are like the stupidest animal. You like, look at its eye. Imagine being born as a fish. You're like, you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm a fish. Oh, bugger. Can you imagine realising there's possibly a chance that fish are sentient, and at some point a fish realises there's a realisation, it's born, and at a certain age it's just swimming along and it goes, I'm a fish. Ow! Ah! It's happy, and then consciousness arrives in its brain, I'm a fish. Ah! Can you imagine? Oh, imagine realising you're a fish. Be the worst realisation you could ever have. Second to being trapped in a house fire. I typed lingerie in chat and Google now showing me a list of women. Welcome to the internet, Jet Red. And you, hello Matt, how's it going? How's it going? It's how you wake up every morning as a human. Ah! I didn't choose this. You don't choose it though, do you? Really? That's the irony of consciousness. You don't choose to be made. One minute you don't exist, and then you get to like 5 or 6 years old, and enough neurons connect in the brain such that you exist, and you're like, oh. I mean, of course, that's how a British person realises it. French person would go, ugh. Japanese, hey. Yeah. That's how it works. That's the realisation of existence. On that note, let's get the car setup going. Lingerie. Lingerie sounds a bit more sophisticated than underwear, doesn't it? Underwear. Why you called it that? Well, it's what I wear under. What are you wearing it under? Other clothing, ah. Turn the fuel down here, brakes down. I could do with some. If anyone in chat has a good idea for setups, if you wanna give me a good some good setup tips for ACC here, that'd be fantastic. Because I don't know what I'm doing. And then those neurons die, but hopefully they're replaced by other ones that mirror them. Mirror neuron. Neuron. That's an impression of Professor Ramachandran, the famed neuroscientist. Neuron. He has the best accent ever. Neuron. Hello, Mo. How's it going? Good evening. That's a very low resolution monkey face. Looks like something from an Atari ST game. I feel like I'm playing Rainbow Island now. That was a good game. Full negative. I'm always full negative. That's the default state for British people. Alright, here we go. Look at this. Practice. We can see what lap we get with this, but yeah, if anyone has any good, like, if someone has a full Spa setup, they can just dilly-dally us, that'd be great. Sun's out here. This ACC still got the old Spa. We've got the house on the hill, which fell down. There was a landslide about 6 or 7 years ago, and that building fell down, and now there's a huge grandstand there. It's a shame I never got to see Spa in real life with that building. But still, Spa's probably the nicest track that I've ever been to in real life. This wall, like this bit on the left here, is really nice to watch the cars because you can see them come up over the top of the hill. Lots of space. Really good. And it's a little bit further away so you don't go deaf if you're watching an endurance race. It's quite nice. We were, Matt. That was awesome. That was such an awesome event. I was definitely spoiled at that. I got to feel like a proper influencer. It was really cool, actually. I met loads of people at that, and yeah, it's cool. I think the next big event I'll go to will be like I really want to go to 24 Hours of the Nürburgring. Oh yeah, guys, go and follow Shiva Lion. She's awesome. She's doing the iRacing race. for this. She's another guest driver, and she's been picking up iRacing recently. The other day she was struggling through ovals. Oh dear, the pain of learning iRacing. She's doing all right though. She takes the suffering better than me, that's for sure. She checks all the boxes. What boxes? Oh, are you talking about because she's female? You should you should help her. I don't think I could help her. There we go. We've got Kai over here. I know she's awesome. Sim race. Yeah, that's not a good box, is it? Really? She probably does rock climbing. Hello, John Hartley. Yeah, that's it. I mean, German's basically by default. She does have an awesome accent, actually. You should go and you should follow her Instagram. She talks like in that really precise German way, like the British equivalent of like German. Every word is so clear. I think I could pick up German. I'm slowly picking up bits and bobs of it, but I think it's actually probably easier than French, because when French people talk, they blur everything together. I like French language, but I think it's very hard to differentiate specific words and just pick them out, like if you don't know the language. Whereas with German, each word is quite clear. So it's like subtitles under a film. You know, like if they stop regimented, you know which word relates to what thing, if that makes sense. Yeah, Germans follow the rules. Well, German still has masculine and feminine words which are weird, but not to the same degree that the French do. Like the completely arbitrary nature of. I mean, English does it a little bit. But we only really do it for like boats and things. But the French format all the stuff beforehand based off masculine and feminine. It's really weird. Women are built like what kind of transformer? Like a power transformer. Have you been putting high voltages through German women again, Matt? I've told you about this. First of all, it's illegal. Secondly, I don't think they want to be light bulbs. Don't worry, love. Let me just put 40,000 volt through you. Yeah, you're like proper transformer. But what's interesting with German though is, from my experience, if you're like really bad at speaking German but you try, Germans really appreciate it. Whereas with my experience with French people, not all of France obviously, but a lot of French people I've come across, they'll just be like, no. They'll be like, speak English. they'll be like, don't even try. No, this is not how you speak in French. This is wrong. Wait, that's a bit German English there. Not good enough. No. So, yeah, I think German is way easier than French. The accents in the different regions are not as hard to pick up as well. So, like, for me, I speak a little bit of French. I used to speak it quite well, but never speak French now. And so Canadian French, Quebecois French, I think is very hard to understand. And then like some rural, like southern rural parts of France, those accents are like, it's like the equivalent to British. like if you were to go to Sunderland or something, or Newcastle, that accent's gonna be very hard. Whereas, same with like some parts of like Devon and Cornwall, but in Germany, I'm sure like Northern Germans will disagree, but I think there's a much bigger range in accents in France than in Germany. Maybe there isn't, but seems that way to me. I could be wrong. I think a lot of people though mistake French people to English people can seem that they're being a bit grumpy and abrupt, but they're not. It's just French are like super chill. Like, see, so it's just a cultural difference, and then I think Germans and British people are actually quite similar in many ways in perception of stuff, of like tone, and so I think British and German people perceive the French attitude in a similar way. This may be incorrect. When I lived in France as a kid, I thought everyone was a bit grumpy, but they weren't. They were just being French. They were just super chill, super chill. So yeah, I love France though. So imagine living in the south of France, bloody hell, under a tree, pet goat, eating cheese. French has amazing humour, but then also they have there's stuff that's absolutely insane. Like a lot of really crazy comics and stuff come from France. Afrikaans accent, yeah, it's mixture of Afrikaans is a mixture of like Dutch, Flemish, English. There's a whole bunch of mixture of stuff, and there's a whole bunch of influences, aren't there? It's really interesting. Yeah, I like French accent. I think it's different. It's just hard to pick up, I think. I think that's what I'd say with Flemish as well, actually, and like Dutch and Flemish. It's hard to, as an English speaker, it's hard to pick up the individual words. But you probably just, I think with languages, you just need to like stay around people for like 3 to 6 months, and then your brain clicks and it like understands where the words start and stop. It's really interesting. Well, we're not last here, but I've not really done a lap yet, and this car gets a bit crazy through Eau Rouge, so we're dabbing the brake. Just need a little lift, but then the back's coming out. Cars trying to kill us. Yeah, that's what I noticed in me, Tick. I know some French Canadians. I find it really, really hard to even just understand what they're saying. How do... I think Portuguese is quite a soft and rolling language. That'd be interesting. Now, it's interesting. I think languages stuff is just interesting. You're making me a deal? David Dickens, real deal. I need a shortcut. If only this was more like the original Need for Speed Hot Pursuit game. We could do the shortcut through the park. I think I prefer German to English, to be honest. Oh, I quite like Scottish English accent. You know it's early act. Will Evo, Charlie, be big step for Sims? No, I think it'll just be a nice. It's a nice progression. I think it could be a big step in terms of with it releasing on console. My impression is that it will basically absolutely appeal to Gran Turismo players as well as PC players and sim players. Okay, Matt. I'll try and tune in. It'll be interesting to see with all the sort of procedural stuff and the cruising stuff and the road car stuff, which I think will be very popular. And then also what they do with the multiplayer with Evo, and you know, it's too early to say, but I think it'll be really popular, to be honest. I get the impression that even if it's not the best sim ever, even if AC1 was actually played better, or even if iRacing's more popular online for competitive racing and what have you, Evo's definitely going to replace ACC, and I think Evo will be popular regardless. So it'll be good. The rain demo they had at Sim Racing Expo was really fun. With I can't remember what car it was, but the rain driving with the wet tyre was really fun in Evo. Probably the most fun wet driving I've had in a sim, to be honest. Actually, it wasn't annoying either. It was actually quite. It felt fun to drive in the wet with that car, but it was a car that had assists and things. We'll have a look at the timing in a minute, see where we've got 5 minutes till the quali starts. We'll see where people are. But guys, this is the second split for the Mercedes Virtual Championship, and we are a sponsored guest driver for this. If you want to keep up to date with potentially future virtual championships or what's going on with this stuff, check out the link in the description on YouTube for the link to the lounge. Oh, that was it. Yeah, it was an Alpine in that demo. Look at the diffuser on that. That looks weird with a painted diffuser. Can you actually? I don't know if you're allowed to paint the diffuser in real life GT3. I think it's like a spec component where it has to be just left as carbon fibre. I don't know, actually. That'd be interesting to look at. The public servers are always the same three. Always, yeah. That happens, me, Tick. Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to paint like the diffusers. Probably would affect their performance in different ways as well. Looks cool though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think diffusers on race cars are actually super interesting, and it's actually a really important part of the vehicle for the aero and handling, but you wouldn't normally think about it too much. Hello, Thomas G. Thomas G. Quali should be starting in 2 minutes. Yeah, I'll be getting Evo on release day. I mean, it'd be nice if we got a review copy, but I'll buy it regardless. I always buy every sim anyway. I like flight sims. The only sim I haven't bought, I've got on release was like X-Plane 12. That's it. Because I just knew I wouldn't play it much. But I know it's good, but it's just I can't be bothered to fiddle around with flight sims, which is why I like really streamlined and very well working flight sims like Microsoft Flight Sim. Who knows MMK? It all depends on sense of humour and how serious people take themselves. Yeah, the guys at Kunos seemed super chill, really nice people. Marco's good fun. And so I didn't get to chat with I've forgotten his name, but the guy that does the game design. I didn't chat to him that much. I talked to some of the people that do like the car implementation and other bits and bobs. They seem good. I mean, you have to be insane to want it to be a game developer in the first place, so no normal person does game development. Yeah, I think the thing is, it's with interviews. I was really happy with that interview. I'm more concerned with being stupid than the actual interview. That is more important to me. But I think interviews in general as well are just boring. Like, it's just, oh, here's the facts that you could read from somewhere else. It's like, well, what's the point? You know, just boring, isn't it? And then also, yeah, Niels is doing consultancy on car physics and some other bits and bobs. Oh, here we go. Crofton, this hasn't crashed yet. Wow, my computer could probably do that. Here we go. Click the like button, guys, if you're enjoying yourself. If you're not, I mean, you don't have to click it. It's entirely optional. It's all optional. No. So there's. You've got people confuse Niels Niox and Niels and Housenveld. He does the pedals, and so yeah. So also the thing is, so you could have like real drivers. Let's get a lap in here. You can have real drivers consult, or like really talented sim racers consult and say, oh, this is what they think, but at the end of the day, a simulator is going to be limited to whatever the underlying physics engine, the amount of time the developer has, the luck in managing to get the cars to actually to get the physics engine to work with the specific, you know, to get the car data to exploit the physics engine in the best possible way. So, you know, you can have all the consultancy that you want, but there's so many variables in sim development because they're so complicated that it doesn't matter if you've got like a great consultant or not. I mean, it's going to help, but oh, we've lost a mouse cursor here. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, there it is. Matt's got a collector's edition AC Evo wheel. That'll be in 50 years' time. That'll be like that'll be in a museum, Matt. With like cobwebs on it. Yeah, I mean, even with Flight Sim, for example, even going back like Flight Sim X and what have you, you know, you've got different aspects of the physics engine that are good and bad, or potentially better or worse. But then it can take years for people to get really used to like getting the absolute most or putting in the absolute best data to get the best out of it. And that gets harder and harder as physics engines get more complex. So even with Flight Sim 24, for example, they basically brought on board some well-known mod teams to help implement some of the planes, and they do fly a lot better. I think the physics have improved as well. But you also, it's like with even with AMS1 or AC. Some of the mod cars are some of the best driving cars because you've had people that have just dedicated years to doing single cars, or you know, that's what they focus, a single type of car. I think Evo will make a fortune. Because I think it will appeal to like your Gran Turismo type players. And I think there's a load of Gran Turismo players on console that want a more realistic Gran Turismo. And there's a load of people on PC that want a Gran Turismo. And then you've obviously got you have the hardcore racers and stuff, but that's actually quite a small section of sim racers and gamers. But it's a, you know, it's like 200,000 people, but it's still, on the grand scheme of video gaming, it's quite a small number. Whereas you have like 2 to 3 million general driving game fans, if that makes sense. And you also have to think of that 250,000 sim racers. Most of them are sort of the really hardcore ones are basically just in iRacing most of the time, or ACC, but mostly just iRacing. So. But yeah, my worry with Evo is that they try and do too much when I think most of us that are fans of Sims, we would just like AC1 but more polished. You know, some of the things fixed in it, netcode improved, online ranking system, suspension fixed, easy to access servers. That's all that a lot of people want. But we'll see. First lap here, guys. I think this is our out lap. I should have enough fuel for one lap, basically. All in. It isn't, Matt. It depends on pings and also the type of racing. So for oval racing and bump drafting doesn't work properly, and if there's certain corner contacts where it goes crazy. I mean, it's not the worst, but it's hard. It really depends. Right, here we go. I think we might have enough fuel for 2 laps. Yeah, I can't do flat out because we're just using the default aggressive setup. I mean, you probably can do it flat out with the default setup, but there's no the force feedback doesn't tell you where the limit is. So unless I've pre-rehearsed the exact line, it ain't gonna work. No idea what you just said. Well, yeah, you know.
The car is out of control.
Here we go. No, I just ignore people now. It's a great track this for flow. I think Spa's really good with cars that have a lot of downforce. Like radicals and... I mean, it's actually good for GT3, to be fair. Prototypes. Oh, really good with like GT1 cars. Vintage prototypes. Spa's great for that. Don't know if we've got enough fuel here. Yeah, it's like Road Atlanta, Road America. They don't really have that many tight corners, so you just sort of flow around. Fuel level low. Do you think we'll make it to the end of the... Yeah, we're fine. I use a single monitor for ages, yeah. It's just easier for live streaming. So we use a Ava Media capture card for the middle screen. And then I don't use the side screens because you don't really need to. You don't need triple screen. If you know how to drive and you know where to position your car and you know what other people are likely to do, and you've got audio. And then also you've got car radar. You really don't need triple screen. Like for oval, I think you might do, but even then you don't unless you're playing at a very high level. So I'd rather have higher frame rates myself. And then if my goal is immersion and to actually feel what the car would be like to sit in, you need to put on a VR headset. The triple screen just doesn't feel like you're sat in the car still. It's not bad, but yeah, 34-inch monitor is like really good value for money and does the job. Yeah. Like the 34-inch widescreen on your rig, it's good. Does the trick. Okay, 20-minute race. I don't know how much fuel we need for 20 minutes at Spa. I'm gonna put 55 litres in. Don't think it'll make too much difference with our performance. We qualified in 8th here, but we're 2.6 seconds off the pace. But that's all right. You decide to do a single 45-inch OLED 240 over 120. Yeah. Also, yeah, if you've got used to like OLED just looks so good, I'll put 40 litres in. A single OLED looks so good, and then higher frame rates and smooth is so nice compared to like lower frame rates and more pixels. So, well done to Manuel Lopez on pole. Tauha in second, and Sterilli in third. Let's get in there. Someone's typed in chat, keep it clean, guys. Oh, Rouge. Yeah, even if people keep it clean, it's going to be a bonanza. Put 45 in. I don't trust you guys. Here we go. Beautiful. Good quality by everyone, though. We could try and get 7th. That'd be nice. We've got 2 races today. This is the first of them. The next race will have, I think the track conditions will be different. The way the Mercedes Virtual Championship works is that not only is it on iRacing, Gran Turismo, and ACC, which is awesome because you've got all the sims being used, that's one of the reasons why I like this thing while I'm doing it. But they're also doing like a normal race and then a gamified race, so they're trying to make it so it's not like mega sweat. Like, I'm sure the people at the top will be sweating. Everyone sweats in a sim rig. But it's a nice way of doing it so that there's more chances to win. You don't have to just be like the super mega top level esports mega pro driver. So that's why I think these events are really good. Proper racing, proper event, but it's in all the simulators. They've got some gamified stuff, and there's a way for everyone to take part in it and conceivably get a prize as well, which is cool. So, first race here, in a minute. We're going to try not to murder anyone. That's my goal as a guest driver. As a guest driver, the goal is to try not to embarrass ourselves and fail miserably. That's kind of like my life, really. Try not to embarrass ourselves, but probably do anyway. Because these people, you know, they've been doing all the races. We've done four of the races. Don't want to ruin their points. Here we go. We're going to do a full lap, or we're just doing the first? Fasten your seatbelts, guys! As I say, this stream is sponsored by Mercedes. Check out the link in the description on YouTube for the Mercedes Lounge. And join that if you want to be kept up to date for future events and everything Mercedes-AMG. Let's go. I'm a go, it's Mercedes. I'm a go. Here we go. Oh, it's down the right a bit, yeah. Get into trouble. Get ready. A lift in. I was having a bit of a lift there. Everything's fine. We all got through. That's good. Nice driving there. The Mr. Jaw was taking it easy there. Oh, we could have... Oh, cars crashing behind us there. Watch out for that. We could have gone for a mega send up the inside, but we're being nice and chill. Cars behind went for the mega send up the inside. Stay in the draft here. Oh no. Dingled the soil there. Gained one spot. Yeah, glorious 7th is potentially there. You could gain another spot. That might happen. Eau Rouge is always spicy on the second lap as much as it is on the first lap. Green! I love how they make the flag lights in the car so over the top so the drivers can't miss them. Right, full send. Yeet! Bit of a semi-cut. I think we were like a mil in track there. It's very close to going off.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, Kyne's in front is slow. We might be able to capitalise on this. I went around the track before the race started and adjusted the track limit. Just a little bit. I did a little bit of Tip-X to the white line. And adjusted the GPS tracking. I think that's how they do most of the track cuts now. A lot of them, they have trackers on the car so they can tell within like a few mil. Maybe they still do it visually. You could do it with GPS. Oh, we didn't mow the... Oh, no! Whoa! It wouldn't hook up there. That's gonna be a telling off. No time gained. It's all right. Very naughty. We're stacking up the no time gained. We've got to be faster out of these corners. I'm being a bit too timid on the throttle and losing on the exit. You have to keep in mind that ACC has mega TC. And these cars in general. Woo! New line. It looks like the white car's going to battle the car in front, which then will slow him down. The car behind him will get slowed down, and that puts back in it. I'm struggling to get much more pace out of this. We need to start raining. Oh dear. Car's not sticking there. Whoa, we got a battle in front. This could be interesting for us. There, well. Okay. That's not quite what we wanted. So what happened there? Turn around. 7th place. I think there was a little bit of a draft tap. It's very easy on that left-hander if you're trying to overtake or line up to tap the car in front. And it will just, oops, it will just rotate them as I go a bit deep there. But yeah, the draft like sucks you into the car in front. This is really easy to do. Hello, Venom RS. It is actually quite a hard track to overtake once you're at a similar pace to someone else. It's a very difficult track with GT3 cars. A lot of the overtakes on this track are down to strategy and not wearing out tyres. You'll see we're racing on this, you'll get people just sitting behind a car in front in longer races, just taking advantage of the draft and not wearing their tyres out. Because if the car in front is similar pace to you, there's no point battling them and slowing you down. We'll just be nice and consistent here and we'll see what happens. Mr. Ripjaw, battling 5th place. Looks like he's going around the outside there. Oh, this is not good. It's not a good place to try and overtake. That's how you end up spinning. You've got to wait. You've got to line up, get the draft, and then wait to go up the inside here, basically, or the inside of the other corner. He came in like a missile. I couldn't see him though because his car looks like a zebra. Maybe we'll get some draft from the Zebra Mobile. I think it's safe to say that he's got a better setup on his car as well. Yeah, it's good overtake by him. Up the inside. Fair play. I'm going to be his caravan now. It's the gaming chair. Yeah, I mean, that's why people get those gaming chairs. You'd be surprised how much faster they make you. Otherwise, you'd think it'd be a bit silly to get a race car seat gaming chair, wouldn't you? You'd be like, that's a bit uncomfortable. But no, it actually makes you better at every game you play. That's why people buy them. He's going to be on Mr. Ripjaw in no time. Yeah. Does anyone want to chisel the rear wing off this? We could just stick our arms out the windows for downplanes. That'll do the job. Just make sure your hand's pointing the right way, otherwise you'll be an aeroplane. Someone asked ChatGPT, how much downforce could a driver produce with one hand out of a window at 200 miles an hour? I want to know how many kilograms of downforce a hand can produce. Probably like 50 or something. Probably quite a lot. It'll be whatever you can hold. Yeah, exactly. No more than your arm can lift. But what if your arm's pushed against the top of the window? You start flapping like an aeroplane. Oh, I've missed the brake point. I was too busy flapping my arms. It doesn't work in real life. No, it doesn't work in the sim. ACC didn't simulate our arm out the window. You need a longer arm, so you put both arms out and then hold the steering wheel with your knees. Ultimate technique, that. Woo! Huge error. BMG will do that. Next Mercedes Virtual Championship, BMG.
I don't like ACC, but I do like the normal.
The normal.
That is amazing. So it's probably
The
one of
normal.
probably one
Hello,
of the-
Tyson.
Well, one of the or not the best simulation to practice, like even F1 or GT mods. It's really good.
Oh, got some flags waving. £55. Oh no, we got someone parked in wall. Can't park there. Yeah, this is the new meta for Formula 1. Sticking your arm out of the car. I mean, cyclists gain a lot of speed ducking down. Have you seen that funny cyclist planking video? And then the moped guy copies him. I mean, there was that really famous British cyclist that invented a whole new technique for indoor cycling, and then he got disqualified, and I've forgotten his name, but like, he's an absolute legend. Built his own bike. He upset everyone. Yeah, Graham O'Brien. There's a really good documentary on YouTube about it. The guy's crazy. You tell his wife's just like, what it... Oh, dear. Hello, Andrea. PB! We've got a battle developing in front of us here. The zebra's attacking the Ripjaw. It's going to be spicy. Can I put some spice in my curry and capitalise on it? I'm going to get my naan bread out. Get the poppadoms. Oh, poppadom would be well nice about now. That'd be good. Chris Boardman had a bike made out of a washing machine. There's a few of them actually. There's a few crazy cyclist stories. Cycling's mental. Like all the Tour de France stuff as well. It's absolutely bonkers. It's such a crazy sport as well. The way the sort of team dynamic stuff works. It's actually crazy. But then just on a sporting thing, like, I think cycling is probably like the most extreme sort of physical sport. Like, I think I'd say cycling first, and then rowing is probably second. But I mean, rowing could be first, but they don't typically row for like months on end, or like an entire month. Yeah, Tour de France is absolutely bonkers. I think they should do two Tour de Frances. They should do one where it's like the modern version now, where it's all like polished and what have you, And then they should do a new one where it's like the old school thing where they would stop and have a baguette and a bottle of wine and they'd have to pick up their own food and stuff. And you're not allowed to use a bicycle that costs more than like £100 or something. That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's a great stop. You should look at the old, if you want to see some awesome pictures, Google like old Tour de France photos. It's amazing. It's like the old rally stuff where they would just drive cars and they're like, oh right, let's have a race, okay. Do you think our car can drive across France? I don't know. Okay, we'll race you. Oh, we've had to rebuild the engine. Oh well. Oh, I'm slow. Oh no, Joey. Slow. Jerry, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. You haven't seen Slow. You should watch our hot air balloon race yesterday. We did about 500 meters in 2 hours, and that was with the wind helping us. In fairness, we did travel like 2 kilometers up, so pretty good. They had no hats.
Whoa.
Nah.
Slow, man. Slow. You are fucking slow. You are fucking slow.
You are fucking slow. Thank you. Thanks, Orimu. As a remix. Beautiful. Hey, we're in 7th, guys. You can get cars for Flugsim, yeah. Who was that just spun off? Oh, that's a track cut. That's a track cut. No, it's fine. No time gained. It's all right. Ilor Lozarak behind us. Unknown in front of us. Spooky. Secret government car in front. Men in Black style. Will the car behind catch us? Will we defend the glory of P7? Io Larzark. It's like my gym story, Eurydice. Lifted and nothing gained. just some soreness and a sense of despair. Whoa, 0.4 seconds in the draft. I'll defend the inside. Good overtake by him. Nice one. I broke a bit early there. Good overtake. He stole 7th from us. Nice overtake by Ilo's Arc there, though, for him to get 7th. Beautiful. Nice driving. Let's have a look at the scoreboard here. Well done to everyone in this race. Woo! Manuel Lopez with the win. Well done. Tauha.mb second. Sterilli third. Javi Brewster fourth. Oscar Lee Racing in fifth. Unknown in sixth. Arlazark seventh. Oh, it was Mr. Ripjaw that I think he got spun. Good racing though. One more race, here we go. Final race coming up, guys, of the Mercedes-AMG Motorsport Virtual Championship. How many words? As I say, this is a sponsored stream, so I really appreciate Mercedes for sponsoring us as a guest driver to highlight all these other drivers. That's what we're for. It's not for me. It's so you guys can see all this other driving. And also, the Mercedes Lounge. Check out the link in the description on YouTube, guys. It's I've heard a rumour that it's a lounge in a GT3 car with a bar, and they serve you petrol and fine beverages in a GT3 car. It's a giant GT3 car with seats, sofas, all branded with Mercedes branding, and only it's amazing. I mean, I've been told. I've not been there myself, but I've been told it's the best lounge ever. Stun, 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 stun. Stun, stun, stun. That's my new driver coaching language. Stun, 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 stun. Fuel. Stun, stun, stun. How funny was that, Bug? Stun, 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 stun. Fuel. Parking brake. Stun, 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 stun. Right, so there's a break now between this and the next race, which is in 20 minutes. I might go and get a cup of tea, I think, guys. I think it's tea time. We can look at the replay as well. Cheers for calling me a zebra. Wow, it worked for you. The zebra stealth. You ploughed through like a zebra being chased by a tiger on the Serengeti Plains. It was in my head. It was like this. I could hear the narration. Here we are on the Serengeti Plains, and the GT3 car of Oscar Lee is being chased by a tiger. Yes, this majestic scene occurs every day at the Serengeti Spa. Up the inside it goes. That's how it happened in my head. It was beautiful. Well done for getting 5th place though with that Serengeti overtake. Is it the zebra pattern, or is it different race cars on the car, different racetracks on the car? Because you have that like bedazzled cars have that bedazzle thing on them to try and hide them when they're prototypes, and then that's become like a sort of stylistic thing that livery designers use, and then now livery designers have used racetrack shapes to try and to sort of do the same effect, but whilst being arty. The art of liveries, guys. It doesn't get more exciting than that. Cars and art. Although saying that, if you like cars and art, you should go, oh, it's just swirlies. It's just swirlies. Well, I mean, you could say that about any track layout, really. Or any art. Oh, if you painted a nice picture here of a beautiful tableau. Picasso, it's blowing my mind. I can't believe the details that you've captured. It's just swirlies. Yes, painting the roof of the Sistine Chapel. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm inspired. I feel connected to God. No, it's just swirlies. It's just swirlies. Sometimes swirlies are all you need. Swirlies also describes my driving style. Woo! Right, I think it's cup of tea time, guys. Before the next race. Oh, just breaking everything here. Be interested to see how well Brother Hoyer's doing. Give him a watch if you haven't as well, guys. He's taking part in the. He's in the top split. He looks a bit dejected. So maybe it didn't go that well for him. But the Hoyer's a legend. Give him a follow if you haven't. Can we get the replay on here? Here we go. You're welcome, Oscar Lee. Thanks, Novotny. Look at this. I win everything I do, John. It's just right, here we go. So, start the race here. That's not the start of the race. Start the race here. So we could have gone for a move up the inside there, but we're trying not to drive into people. I'm pretty good at being fast straight away because I drive reactive. I'm really bad at getting into a rhythm of like moderate speed, but I'm good at the unpredictable phase. The car at the back there, we had some cars behind us losing it. Change the view. It's pretty chill racing. I think at Spa it is kind of a rhythm and flow track. Rhythm and flow. It sounds like an 80s breakbeat. Rhythm and flow, and they would rap in that 80s way. Here we are on the stage today. We can dance and we're here to stay. Oh. I wear trousers that are far too big.
Well, everybody.
I even wear a puffy wig. Huh. Well, anybody, what happened to that type of rap music? Where did that go? Rhythm and flow coming to the theatre near you. What happened to that? Hello, 7 Buck. I mean, the last good people that did that were what's that? Bloody, what are they called? You know, it's like that, and that's the way it is. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Run DMC. Who was the other one? The comedy. Yeah, Beastie Boys. They're well good. Yeah, Run DMC and Beastie Boys. That's it. We need to bring it back, guys. That is the best form of rapping. Goldie looking chain. Yeah. What happened to that? What went wrong? What's going on with music? It's like wish-washing music now. Amazing. This car looks nice in the sort of carbon fibre black finish. I definitely think that carbon fibre, but with shiny like varnish over the top of it, looks really good. They're still going. Nice one, Buster. That's awesome. Scooter's still going. I think what happens now is you'll get someone that does like quite a good song, but then it'll blow up on like TikTok or something, but then it'll get stripped and it'll just be 30 or 60 seconds of the hook, and then it'll be played so many times over and over again that you just absolutely just you hate it so much. Like, it's worse than songs on a radio, because at least on a radio, you know, they'd be like, oh, it's that year's song, but then they would play it a billion times, but then they would stop, but at least it would be the full song, and that was terrible. But yeah, now with the sort of short soundtrack stuff, I think it's yeah, I don't know. Also, there's just way more choice and availability of different types of music as well now. So if you're like, which is good actually in many ways, you have like the advertised single, like the big thing that's advertised, which is obviously popular. But there's way more like choice and subtle things. It's just not marketed. So unless you follow that individual thing, if it can feel like, oh, it's not culturally as big as the stuff was in the past, but actually there's just way more choice. That's crazy, like talented people doing stuff. Like I like listening to like didgeridoo techno. And there's loads of like really good techno, house, trance. Well, there's loads of terrible as well, but there's way more stuff now. So, there's like really good jazz as well, and funk music. Things that you just probably wouldn't find easily in the past, or wouldn't have got printed on a CD. Right, I'm just gonna grab a cup of tea, guys, before we to warm self up before second race. Oh, that's where we started going a bit off road there. We went onto the taxiway. You could probably land a Cub X on that. So I'll see you guys in a second. Tea time. Get a cup of tea. Back in a minute. reality here. Did you miss me, guys? I'm sure. I bet you did. That was a traumatic break, that. You're like, what's going on? Why is it so peaceful and quiet? Ah, this is so nice for a change. The torture, it's finished. Get in now. We're back in the next server. Do you guys like the... we've gone for a bit of a new layout here with the live stream. I think it's a bit cleaner like this. We do need some... we'll probably do with the background behind the view numbers. But other than that... pretty happy with it. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. Fix that. Let's put it on camera in background. It's hard to try and make the because you know you don't want it cluttered, but then there's quite a lot of information with racing games. Like there's quite a lot of stuff that people kind of want on the screen. Did you ever decide democratically that we wanted your face on the strip? I know, Neil. This is despotism. I mean, if I had it my way, probably wouldn't have my face. To be honest. But the thing is, people like to see the steering wheel and stuff, you know. So what can you do? You know, and then you know they sort of you're presenting stuff. So and that's it. And then you're stuck with it. Then you're stuck with a face. That kind of works, doesn't it? Let's just hope we don't have 1,000 viewers. Otherwise it will break. We've got a little bit before we start the next race here, guys. What's the Trojan sub-emote? I even know what that is. Thank you for redeeming it. Here we go. Perfect. Wunderbar. I think we'll do better in this second race because the worse the track is, the better we tend to do, bizarrely. Here we go, qualifying. Get in there. Just zoom in on the fish. There's Colin's the star of the show. Here we go. Aggressive setup, fuel the strategy for quali, 15 litres. Brakes, 1. You really, I think you're getting a lot of time drafting in this. I really regret not being born as a super attractive lady. Like, it would have made this whole live streaming thing a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable for you guys. But then again, if I was born as a beautiful lady, would I have wasted my life sim racing? So, you know. It's hard to know, isn't it? That's true, but they don't believe I know what I'm doing as a balding man. so that would be no different, really. That would just be exactly the same. We've moved past sexism, but not in a way that you'd expect. One thing I dislike on streams is multiple cam views on the same screen at once. Oh yeah, I agree. Like, there's the thing of like, oh, let's show everything, and then people can choose what to look at. But I think it ends up looking really cluttered. So that's why we try and do I try and have it so it's just my face cam and then that can cycle through cameras, which I felt like is a reasonable compromise and good enough, really. But I do you know Rad Weasel, Miguel, really awesome guy. I think it's him and OG UK. If you play ACC, you probably know OG UK. He's a really nice guy actually as well. Their setups with the camera looking at the wheel with the monitor, like the game blended in over their wheel, is a really good way of being able to show your wheel plus the game. That's good. They're I think for what they do, it's good. And I think the problem is with iRacing and just racing sim streaming. The problem is that you will want to have race position and stuff, and then with iRacing be like, what's your iRating, and it's always going to end up looking super cluttered and then you've all got the car information that you as a sim racer need to be able to see, you know, fuel, tires and all that stuff. It's difficult. Yeah, I prefer minimal though. Like even now, like I tell you the truth, I was watching some Tobii eye tracking videos because I really want to get a Tobii eye tracker. I think it'd be good for streaming. It's interesting showing what I'm looking at, and also I want to try it on my own rig with Flight Sim. And I was just watching some videos, and guy, just a small channel, he just had his webcam in the corner. Nothing else on the screen. I was like, oh, yeah, that looks so much better. It looks so much better having just a little square webcam, nothing else on the screen. Just because I don't know. I think as you get old, I think you just get a bit fed up with clutter and noise, and You know, because everything's just noise and clutter. Welcome to Mary Kondo live streamer. It's like social media and all these things. It's just noise. It's like a jet plane taking off in your face. It's too much noise. And then last night, I found an epic video. There's a YouTuber that just does outdoors videos, and it was just him camping in like minus 30 degrees. And all it was like really slowly edited. He's like, oh, I'm cutting up some wood, and and it was so relaxing. I was like, oh, it's so good. Just cutting up wood and making a fire. No like silly talking. No action. Still camera looking at a fire and grass. Beautiful. Right, here we go. That was alright. Alright banker lap there. Well, I was talking about... It wasn't even a banker lap, it was the out lap, but it was an out lap banker lap. We got enough fuel. Yeah, we got enough fuel. Yeah. Too much noise. Just in general. Oh! Well, that wasn't good. Yeah, I think it... Well, that's the... So, you're really incentivized on YouTube, like, to appeal to sort of 12 to 14-year-olds, because they consume a lot of the content and they will build up a lot of your clicks. And they're also a less discerning and very impressionable audience. It's same with, like, music and pop stuff, and it's not a new thing. It's been happening since the 1950s. That for capitalism... sort of 12 to 15-year-olds are a very impressionable, very malleable group to monetize and advertise to, and they're the type of people that will click on, you know. So that's what the whole face thumbnail thing is about, and the whole 3 billion bouncing balls. It's all stuff that like a 12-year-old latches onto, or like silly faces in general. You know, that's what a median 12-year-old would latch onto, and that's why a lot of content skews towards that on YouTube. You notice these patterns. So it's all right for 12-year-olds, but it's not so good if you're older and you're bombarded with the same content. So what's strange is you would think that YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and Twitch and all these things, you would have thought that their algorithms would actually better send stuff to people. You'll notice though, from like advertising, a lot of it is very badly positioned. Which is why, actually, ironically, that's why influencers are very good for advertising and marketing, because it's way better targeted than anything else, if you know what the audience is. So, yeah, it's a weird one. Almost as weird as me not being last here. Whoa! Can you imagine that in real life? Can you imagine that, Eau Rouge at 15 degrees angle? Bloody hell. Can you imagine? I wonder how stable a car would be doing that. That would be pit of the stomach feeling for sure. Let's get to garage. That was alright. Right, we're ready. I think we're all right. We're not last. Yeah, that'd be crazy. It's interesting the type of slides that some people get away with. Buster, overhyped presenters. Don't get me started. Even mainstream radio these days is yeah. This is why I need to start listening to more German TV and radio, Because German stuff's a lot more chill. Or a lot of it, not all of it, but yeah. People, the thing is, there's a cultural thing to it as well, though. So, like, you know, with like race commentary, like a lot of people really like, a lot of people like Crofty, for example. They're like, oh, it makes it exciting. He's adding so much to it. And then I think a lot of that's cultural, because I speak to a lot of friends that are non-native English speakers, or English isn't their first language, and they like really, really enjoy it. Whereas a lot of English people find it really grating. I mean, he does completely fabricate narratives that are not even possible. It's 2 laps to go, and he's 1 lap down, but will he catch him before the race finishes? Oh! No, he won't catch him. unless the track splits in half and launches him in front of the other car. He ain't gonna catch him. Oh dear. The worst is with F1, where they don't. You have a close race, but it's not P1, and then because of obligations for the filming, they can't film show the actual people racing. You're just like, oh well. But it's great. I guess you've got more. If you're really into it, you can buy those packages where you can watch the different views. So. Oh, it's Niels. That's the. I've noticed a lot of people do that. What it is it's the. Oh, so they do that to like add a sense of tension. Oh, he's nearly on him! Oh, he's behind him! Oh! He's on his rear! Oh! It's so stupid. And it's so artificial. Oh! It's like Brian Bedonde. Oh! That loads of people do it because they've seen it like be a thing, so they copy it. You even see like you see street like all commentators copy each other. They're like, oh, they saw that, and then they start doing it, and you're just like, guys, just do your own thing. You don't need to do that. Here we go. Time to race here. It's weird with motorsport when you actually have really compelling racing or really compelling action, and then the commentators overdo it, and you're like you don't need to do that. It's already bloody amazing, and there's loads, even in modern F1 and stuff, and F2, there's loads of actually really good moments that are really interesting and that could do. So this is a thing I think Murray Walker, obviously, was a bit over the top, and obviously you have nostalgia if you grow up with something, but he was legit, like in the sense that he obviously watched grassroots motorsport, commentated grassroots motorsport, and he genuinely was passionate about the racing. You know, it wasn't like artificial, but and the crucial thing was he would be exciting for exciting moments and not excited for not excited moments. That's the crucial thing. If you're excited all the time, you lose the range, and the range is what it's like in an action film. If it's like Transformers and there's stuff happening all the time, there's no tension, there's no range. It's just noise again. It's like social media. You need like lows and highs. You need loud music and quiet music. It's not. Artistically, that's not hard to understand, but apparently it's lost on lots of people. Anyway, we're here for the Mercedes Virtual Championship, race 2 of the final races. And Manuel Lopez in first, Tauhal.nb in second, Sterilli in third. We've got the aggressive preset set up. We are ready. We're ready to hopefully get a good result here. 8th in the last race. Nice to see some good racing here. Dart Ripjaw, I think, was our opponent in the last race, and we were side by side for half the race, and then he got spun, I think. So it'll be interesting if we can beat Dark Ripjaw, I think. Oh, yeah, the close-up shots in motorsport is a really big problem, but oh well. There's a bit of an argument going on in chat here. Mate, it doesn't mean you have to crash into me. Sim racing's amazing. It's always like a racecraft accident argument. You can't beat it. Disgruntled driver, other driver that feels like they're correct. Doesn't matter who's right or wrong. It's really funny. Motorsport always produces those the racecraft arguments. It's great. You don't get those kind of arguments in darts, do you? It's not a real sport. When was the last time you saw a good argument in curling? Mind you, lawn bowls, I guess, well competitive. Many a pensioner ends up in a fight in lawn bowls. It's brutal. That's why they don't cover it on TV. It's not because it's dull. It's because it's too exciting. I have to say, the lawns on lawn bowls is very satisfying. That kind of really flat grass is maintained immaculately. Whoa! Something special about that. Niels, that is bloody terrible.
Okay.
Here we go! Race 2, final race of the Mercedes Virtual Championship. Go! Move to the inside. Oh, I'm about to break through a route. Why are you stopping there? I'll take the track cut. That's safer. I didn't even get penalised for that. No time gained. That was the safer thing to do. I don't know why they were so slow through that. Woo! Where's he going? Oh, why are you so slow? No, what are you doing? Oh, he's getting up the inside. Oh, he's pulled out of it there. Yeah, it's a tapped Isolark in front of us here. God. Trying not to hit him, but also trying not to lose the speed and get pitted from the cars behind there. Well, I got a track warning. I'll take it. It's fine. Maybe we should bump draft the car in front up to the next cars, if we can stay with him. Yeah, I don't know why these people they're very slow at the start and then they get into a rhythm. This is the difference between someone that drives from feel versus someone that's learned a good line. And have to wait for the tyres to get up to temp. Do we bump draft him or overtake, guys? What do you think? Yeah, we're drifting through there. Overtake. We'll try and do an overtake. Okay, car behind's coming in. Well, I don't want to punt him. Right, get a nice little gap. Should get the full draft here. Oh, Rouge, here we go. We'll try and we want to overtake on the right. Let's see if we can get him to open up the right. Here we go. He's wobbling all over the place here. Car on the only side. We can't battle that. Go on, go through. I wanted to defend it, but I don't want to ruin his race. So we are a guest here, guys. I'm sure we will be able to follow him through the next car. Let's see. He is faster than us anyway, so. Bloody hell, we're sliding everywhere here. That's going to be another track cut. No time gained. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Good overtake. Well, good pass by the, was it Oscar? Squeezed his car up the inside there. No contact. Fantastic move. Great job. Top-notch overtake. 8.5 T-bags out of 10 for that move there. He clearly put his hand out the window for extra downforce. The Gentleman GT3 driver, otherwise known as I can't afford to crash this car, so I'm going to drive carefully. Bank balance racecraft. Whoa, I'm drifting! No, it's gone. Can we save it? No. Ah, we cannot save it. Light damage. Oh, I pushed it a bit too hard there. The curbing said no. That is the limit. We found the limit. Surprised that was only light damage. I would have thought that would have taken the back of the car off. We're still going. We had to push. We had to give it a go. It's nice that the wall's made out of sponge there. No time gained. Neck is separated in 3 locations. No time gained. Oh, thank you. It's better. We got less drag now. So about that, about the DRS. You guys were saying we need to remove the rear wing. I think we've got it. Right. Unknown is a real battle. Can you imagine the feeling of that in real life? Like if you lost it on Eau Rouge and you just feel yourself going in reverse towards the wall. And you'd just be like, it would be that 3 or 4 seconds before you actually hit anything would be the worst 3 or 4 seconds. It's like when you fall off a bicycle. There's like, it feels like a long time. It's probably only like a second or 2. But there's that time period where you're like, this is going to hurt. Ah! We ain't got a rear wing. Bloody hell. Car's trying to murder me. Hey, there is a little bit unstable on this. Okay, we have to be very careful here. The rear of these cars feel like I'm driving a shopping trolley. And that's a standard Joker line merge pass overtake. Good stuff. Oh dear, this is not going to go well, is it? I'm trying my best, guys. I wonder if we can actually catch up with the last car though with this damage. That'd be nice. Oh my goodness. I think we've just converted the back of the car into a bendy bus. Why are there no bendy bus simulators? That's the real question. Oh my goodness. Reverse slinky. I mean, it's a very loose setup. It's kind of like an esports setup now. Not a slow esports setup. The rear, I mean, you could fault the car for not being quick, but at least the rear is coming out. It's not understeery. So still drives better than most front-wheel drive cars. Oh, here we go. Right, how can we take this as wide as possible? Oh! I'm getting to use the flight simulator landing in turbulence skills here. This is flying like a Cessna in a thunderstorm. Or driving like a Cessna flying in a thunderstorm. Yeah, focus on the positives. It's like when the Titanic hit the iceberg. It's like, oh, you can be all miserable and like, oh, it's going to sink. You know, everyone's going to end up in the ocean. Boo-hoo. Or you can be like, this is exciting. How long can we keep it afloat? You know, it's all about glass half full. Or in the case of the Titanic, boats half full of water. But you know, it's easy to be pessimistic. Embrace the challenge. That's what you've got to do. That could be another one of those mantelpiece things. Embrace the challenge. We're still going. If we can get one more, if we can get a place back, I'll be well happy. Yellow flag. Slow car ahead. White flag. Let's go. Right, this corner is a tricky one. We got it. Whoa! Oh, it's alright, it's just lift off oversteer. Just have to keep the foot down. We're mastering this new hastily implemented rear setup. Lighting looks nice. The sunset colour tone is one of the things that I think Unreal Engine does quite nicely. Actually, on the subject of graphics and graphics engines, we need to try... Apparently you can turn off the ray-marched reflections in Flight Sim. And just use cube map reflections. We need to give that a go. Remember that. Someone remind me if we play when we next play Flight Sim. Yeah. I think it's good. There's a lot of people saying they should change Spa, and I'm like, well, no. Like, either you decide that you're not going to race there. Like, it's weird with motorsports where they go, "Oh, this is too dangerous." And it's like, okay, I get it, it's dangerous, that's fine. But in the end of the day, car driving is way safer than motorbike racing, and people do that all the time. Way safer than Isle of Man and all these other things. And yeah, I mean, you don't want things to be needlessly unsafe, but I think progress just has to be even more progress needs to be made in car safety, which is already really good. And I think actually that is one of the things that could actually benefit other stuff, probably even more so than engine developments and things. I think the crash structures and things, though, race car crash structures would be different from a road car, but still. Woo! How are the tires? Oh, they're fine. They're fine. I think they should implement a speed limit through Eau Rouge. They should have an English policeman with a speed gun, and then yeah. I think that'd be spot on. Everything's fine. Beautiful. This lighting looks really nice. Yeah, Dave cam with a cam called Dave. Personal fastest lap with no rear wing here. Beautiful. Hello, Brenton and James Cam. I'll let you into a secret. My name actually is James Cameron. Few people know that. There you go, secret. Top secret, guys. Revealed, exposed. So we could rebrand. Well, there we go. Oh, it's getting night quickly. What's this instant sunset? Planet rotates fast in Belgium. Whoa! Is someone manually changing the time of day on the server? Because it's going in notches. Someone's flown a hot air balloon in front of the sun. It's an eclipse. Imagine if you had a race on a track that happened to pass, like a solar eclipse had to happen to go over the racetrack during the race. I wonder, right, that's a video. We need to work out if there's ever going to be a solar eclipse that passes over a racetrack. It's going to be pretty unlikely. Might take a few hundred years or even 1,000 years. But imagine doing a race with a solar eclipse in it. That'd be amazing. Ah! Car in the wall! We're not last. Well, the sun sets quickly in Belgium because you're having so much time drinking the fine beer. And Belgium has some of the best beers. Are you alright? It's already happened. Was that a partial eclipse? Total solar eclipse. Did it happen whilst the race was on? That's mental. How has nobody made a YouTube video about that? How has nobody clickbaited that? I saw that eclipse actually in real life, yeah. I actually saw that in France. It was in the summer. It was really good. It was a slightly cloudy day, But it was perfect 'cause it meant that you didn't have to, well, I don't recommend this, but you didn't have to wear glasses because it was just a very thin amount of cloud that was enough to make the sun possible to look at. Don't worry about it. 5 seconds, it's fine. It's almost unnoticeable, imperceptible. Oh, so the eclipse didn't happen. The eclipse didn't happen when the race was on. But it could have. What a disaster. That would have been the most amazing thing ever. The drivers would be like, what? Can't see. Right, find Google for the next one. Yeah, ChatGPT's probably making it up. Yes, the solar eclipse was due to the sun flying in front of the moon. Yeah, we're doing fine here. We're not last. Whoa, we will be up. Just keeping the tyres warm. That's just for the fans, guys. That's called the solar eclipse. You got to keep the tyres warm. It's important.
My goodness!
It's all going to plan. My goodness! Nailed it. Who needs a rear wing? F1 gridlock. We reversed into a wall and we don't have a rear wing. So the back of the car's, shall we say, a little bit loose. A little bit loose. We've converted this fine Mercedes GT3 car into the world's first Mercedes shopping trolley. And it's beautiful. Oh, fireworks, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. What a time to be alive. Virtual firework displays in a virtual championship. Virtualception. Wow, well done. We'll have a look at the results here. But good job to everyone in the Mercedes Virtual Championship. Yeah, we're winning in 13th. We're in first third, which is the best first. Thanks to Mercedes. Yeah, I'd really like to thank Mercedes for this opportunity and for building a car that was able to reverse into a wall and continue racing. It's quite impressive. There we go. Get in there. Look at that. The fireworks look nice. They actually look very 3D on this track. Not really seen them that much. Thanks, Uhtred Undeterred, for subscribing.
Depressing.
Depressing. Thank you very much. But yeah, that is the end of the first Mercedes Virtual Championship. Look at these guys. They do some donuts. Making me hungry. Be interested to see how well Mitchie did as well, and the other guys in the other games. Say they did this in iRacing, Gran Turismo, and this. If you want to be kept in the loop for potential future championships, and I say this is not like a mega sweaty thing. There's a chance for like lots of people to get prizes or just be involved in it. Follow the link on YouTube for the lounge. as this is a sponsored stream as well, so that's why we're telling you about the lounge. Yeah. Well done, Manuel Lopez. Talha, MB and Stirling. They're the same people that finished in the same place in the first race. Absolutely rigged. They rigged the results. But good driving. People are mostly clean there.
Job, mate. Good job.
Yeah, good job. I think people tried their best to be clean. It's difficult in these types of events to not spin at all. So, nice driving. Also, check out, say, Shiva Lyon's been streaming this on iRacing. I think Eris has been doing, he was the guest driver for Gran Turismo today. And, say, Michi Hoyer. He's not a guest driver, but he's been driving in the top split as an actual eSportler. So go and check out Michi Hoyer as well. Give him a sub. He's awesome, good friend of mine as well. So, yes. Let's have a look at the replay here. It's a shame we binned it. It's a shame we bin bagged it. Absolutely wrote the car off after we made some places at the start. The first race went a lot better for us. Some nice little bit of racing there. Yeah, Mitchie does loads of coaching stuff, well, like esports and advice and things and guides for Le Mans, which is good. And he's really good at operating Berlin ticket machines, I found out. He's one of only 3 people that understand how to use Berlin train ticket machines. There's literally only 3 of them in the whole world. And two of those people are German. One of them is Michi Hoyer. The other one is some alien that just came down once and used a ticket machine and had the intellect to understand it. Yeah, we did all right here. Like, the start of this went pretty well. Cygnus coming around the outside there, sending it. Then we were stuck behind this car. Then we managed to... He slipped too much there. Got in the AC slidey tyre mode, but then we got stuck behind. We almost binned him there. Fortunately, we didn't. Yeah, I was a little bit guilty on that. That's it, Buster. Never. We should have just kept the driving going. No overtaking. Oh, cheers, guys! Drinking tea here. Well, good. Yeah, I think the second race is a gamified one. I think they turn the track grip down a lot. That's why everyone's like sliding around quite a bit. We were really pushing here. Yeah, we're famous on ChatGPT. Humour, sarcasm, and critical insights. I have never been sarcastic. I don't do humour, and I've never offered any insight into anything. So I resent that. I resent that. Critical insights. The humour part's debatable, I guess. Oh, look at that. We got right. This is where we were like pushing. Isaac, who was in the first race with us as well, was holding us back here. It's good driving. Oh, it wasn't that lap. It wasn't that lap. Look at this. Oh, we had the... Then that car came through. It was a good overtake by him. I didn't defend the inside. Now, I thought they were going to battle and slow down. This is... And he actually did a really good overtake here. This was really nice. Let's watch this. This was good overtake by Oscar Lee Racing. in the zebra car. The car in front running a bit wide there, not getting the grip. Oscar Lee getting on the outside. Nice and clean driving. Just not poked it through. Nice textbook overtake that. Well done. That's good to see. Right, here we go. Say goodbye to the rear diffuser. We were catching as well. This is why we were pushing. I was like, oh, we've got a good chance here. We're like, I was getting optimistic and excited. I was like, oh, hang on, we're going to get a great... This is fantastic. What it was is when we initially went into the corner, we turned a bit harder here. And so that already put the rear left into a bit of slip. And then we also took this... Then we bottomed out on here because we were mowing the lawn. So, I mean, that is my fault. We did... there we go. We did bottom the car out. Slipped it and then bottomed it. Slip and bottom. 2 words you don't want to have at the same time in a race car. I think it was the oversteer from the rear slip made us take the corner a lot tighter. And then that counteracted the understeer, which is why we bottomed it out on the grass there. And then there was that we're passenger there. Tried catching it, you can see there's nothing. And then we were trying. Then I was like, then I went into keep it out of the wall mode, but the he didn't want it. It was just too sliding. Bonk. And that's why our car no longer wanted to go around the track with grip. But it was good racing. It was good fun. Awesome. Right, guys.
Please,
You're breaking the car.
we are wrecking the car. Oh, Sammy, you are wrecking the car.
You're breaking the car. Thanks for watching, guys. As I say again, check out the link in the description on YouTube. Thanks to Mercedes for having us do this thing and sponsoring it. Really appreciate it. I will see you guys soon for another live stream and maybe some Flug Sim as well. Again, check out Mitchie. Check out Shiva Lion. Check out Iris. Iris. I can never remember his channel name. I will catch you guys soon. Well done to everyone in the races. Happy tea drinking. Take care. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye, guys.